Well, you don't often hear about a cruise ship and a spaceship in the same sentence, but last night the two came together and the spaceship lost. Carnival Cruise Line is celebrating a major milestone for their brand new ship, the Mardi Gras. Plus, Norwegian Cruise Line, they're bringing back 5 more ships in operations over the weekend. And you may remember last week's story about Crystal Symphony, the ship that's wanted for unpaid bills. Well, she has a sister ship, and guess what? That ship has nowhere to go as well. We'll tell you what's going on with yet another Crystal cruise ship. All this coming up on Midships. Hey, welcome to the Midships YouTube channel. I'm your Captain Corey, and I'd like to officially welcome you aboard the Carnival Liberty. I made it in my stateroom in, honest to gosh, record time today. I was on the ship by 11 and into my stateroom with all of my luggage by about 12:30. It's honestly quite incredible. I've never made it aboard this quickly before. So moving forward on my Carnival Liberty cruise, I have a lot of specialty content planned out. My little camera is here and ready to go. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you don't want to miss what goes on here on the Carnival Liberty. Now there's tons of cruise news to get into today, but I want to start out with something positive. And that's the news of a brand new ship. From TravelPulse.com by Donald Wood, Princess Cruise Line takes delivery of their newest ship. I believe this is even a new class of ship for Princess. Oh gosh, ads. Princess Cruises announced the delivery of their newest ship. The Discovery Princess was delivered on Friday during the official handing over ceremony at the Fincantieri shipyard in Italy. Discovery Princess expands the cruise line's fleet to 15 Medallion-class vessels and features an evolution of the design platform used for the cruise line's previous Royal-class ships. After departing from Italy, the vessel will sail out of Los Angeles before she offers 7-night-long Alaskan cruises out of the port of Seattle. So congratulations to Princess Cruise Line on your brand new ship. We can't wait to see more about the Discovery Princess. And speaking of ships, there's one, an amazingly beautiful ship, the Queen Mary. You might have heard of her. Well, she's fallen into disrepair, but there's new hope on the horizon for the Queen Mary. From cruiseradio.net by Sarah Bretz, Queen Mary gets another chance. Critical repairs will start in February. After closing down in early 2020, the Queen Mary Hotel is getting a second chance at life. After massive repairs, the former ocean liner is planning to reopen later this year. The city of Long Beach has announced that it's preparing to start critical repairs on the permanently docked vessel. In February, the city will begin the first phase of the repairs, which are anticipated to be completed later on this year. The city regained control of Queen Mary for the first time in over 40 years, back in June of 2021. Since then, plans have been formed with the help of marine engineers for the required repairs. The estimated cost will be around $5 million. And as part of the repairs for the Queen Mary, they're going to be removing all of the lifeboats off the side of the vessel. Obviously, that puts a lot of weight and a lot of strain on the ship. So if you want to see her before she has her lifeboats removed, go ahead and take a trip out to the West Coast, and you better do it soon. Before we move on to our next story, I want to remind you all the articles referenced in today's Midships episode can be found in the description below this video. While you're down there at the very top, there's a link to my Instagram page. It's a great place to keep up to date with everything that goes on behind the scenes here at the Midships channel. I post tons of content there that I don't post on YouTube. Go ahead and give us a follow. It's just Midships Cruise. And last but not least, I'd encourage you to check out my Amazon Influencer Store link. It's also down there in the description box. You can find all kinds of awesome cruise swag that I take with me on every single cruise. Most of it costs 10 to 15 bucks, except for this awesome little stabilized gimbal camera. Get a lot of questions and comments. You can find this on my influencers page. And just clicking on the links does help support this channel and my work just a little bit. Now, since I'm sailing aboard Carnival, I thought, why don't we take a look at what's going on with the Mardi Gras, the fleet's flagship, because she's just hitting a major milestone. Let's learn more from cruiseindustrynews.com. Carnival celebrates 6 months of Mardi Gras. Carnival Cruise Line has announced that today marks the 6-month anniversary of its flagship, the Mardi Gras, which welcomed her first guests from right here in Port Canaveral on July 31st of last year. According to a press release, to date, the Mardi Gras, the first of Carnival's new Excel-class vessels, has welcomed more than 110,000 guests. To celebrate the 6-month mark, as well as looking ahead to the arrival of her 2 sister ships, the Celebration and the Jubilee, Carnival released a short video. And if you'd like to check that video out yourself after you finish up my episode, this article is linked down in the description below. Now we've got two juicy stories left today. We've got Crystal Cruise Line, a cruise line on the run, and we have a cruise ship ruining a rocket launch. Which one are we going for? Well, heck, since I went outside to watch the rocket launch that didn't happen last night, why don't we go ahead and tell that story? From spaceflightnow.com by Stephen Clark. Cruise ship under rocket's flight path forces another SpaceX scrub. Let's make this a little bigger so you can see this here. And here we have a photo of the Falcon 9 rocket on one of the launch pads down here in the Cape Canaveral complex. This is pad 40, otherwise known as Slick 40 or SLC 40. This is not the pad that we sent people to the moon from. That's 39A. Yes, I'm a rocket nerd. Go ahead and sue me. Let's start with this article. A cruise ship that ventured under the planned flight path of a Falcon 9 rocket near Cape Canaveral on Sunday forced SpaceX to delay the launch of an Italian Earth imaging satellite for a fourth time, setting up the mission for yet another try just after sunset on Monday. SpaceX was set to fire a Falcon 9 rocket into orbit from pad 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station at 6:11 p.m. But the Coast Guard could not clear a cruise liner out of the rocket's downrange hazard area in time for the mission to instantaneously launch. And for those of you that don't know what any of that means, an instantaneous launch window means just that. You have one chance to make your launch, and if you miss it, the payload on your rocket is not going to end up where you want it to go. Now, there's some nuance going on with where this payload is actually heading that caused this issue in the first place. Typically speaking, a rocket from Port Canaveral will head straight east, straight out over the ocean, but this one's going on a different orbit than usual. It's going to actually go straight south all the way down the Florida coastline, which means the Carnival Mardi Gras tonight, we might actually cause yet another scrub for this launch. So at T-minus 33 seconds until liftoff, the launch director called hold on the countdown, meaning there's no launch tonight. SpaceX did not identify which cruise ship caused the delay on Sunday. However, cruise liners from Royal Caribbean and MSC had recently departed from Port Canaveral that evening. And from the research I've done about this launch issue, I found that the Harmony of the Seas as well as the MSC Meraviglia could easily have either one been responsible for this delay from SpaceX. Elon Musk, hopefully you get a little apology letter from one of these cruise ship captains. Now, last week we talked about the Crystal Symphony, a cruise ship on the run from the authorities in Miami who are looking to seize her over unpaid fuel bills. Well, she has a sister ship that just got turned away from Aruba for a similar situation. Let's learn more about what's going on, and hopefully I run into both of these ships when I end up in Bimini just 2 days from now, so I can bring you some outstanding footage. From Travelweek.ca, Crystal Serenity is sailing for the Bahamas too after Aruba refuses her permission to dock. The Bahamas is proving to be a safe haven for both of Crystal Cruises' ocean-going ships, in the wake of parent company Genting Hong Kong's bankruptcy protection filing. This past weekend, Crystal Serenity was turned away by authorities in Aruba, forcing the ship to set a course for Bimini in the Bahamas. As reported last week, sister ship Crystal Symphony is already at Bimini, staying away from the U.S. over a dispute about unpaid fuel bills. Crystal Serenity set sail on a world cruise on January 17th. Late in the day on January 19th, Crystal Cruises posted a notice on their website announcing the suspension of operations for their ocean and expedition ships through April 29th. In that January 19th update, Crystal said Crystal Serenity's sailing would end January 30th. The ship had planned to dock in Aruba. However, the authorities in Aruba then refused to allow that ship access. Multiple reporting from cruise news websites say Crystal Cruises issued a notice to passengers, saying, "Since receiving this most unfortunate news, we've spent hours conferring with the Aruba authorities towards a positive resolution, with even our humanitarian pleas falling on deaf ears, but to no avail." So the sad story of Crystal Cruises continues, and it seems to be getting worse and worse every single day. If you made it this far into today's episode, why haven't you subscribed to the channel yet? I put out new content every single day. Thanks so much for stopping by the channel today, and until tomorrow, we'll see ya on the Midships. La 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 la.